Let's fight. A very good evening to each and every one of you. And we want to welcome you guys in the ring this evening. Whether you're joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on Facebook, you're joining us on YouTube. We want to give you guys a chance to share the live stream. We get to that magic number and then we get on the go. Good to see each and every one of you. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you did some fighting this weekend wherever you were. We were in region 4 in on the East Coast in particular with an outreach there. Had a lot of work done this weekend at home, in the fields. Hope you guys are good. Welcome in the ring, guys. Wherever you're joining us from, we are still getting things ready at our end. And so we guys are going to give you guys a chance to share the live stream, and then we're going to be good to go at our end. A couple of things to discuss with you. And we hope that you guys got on your boxing gloves, you got in your mouth guard, and you are ready to go as much as we are at our end. Good to see all of you guys. We're going to wait until we get to that magic number, and then we're going to get on the go. But as we wait, a word from our sponsors. We don't have sponsors. We pay for everything we sell. Guys, we're having a good time. It's Monday, and we got quite a program. Quite a program. Quite a program for you guys. So we want to get to it as quickly as possible. Of course, we're going to wait until you guys have the live stream shared. And as I said, we're getting a couple of things together. We're getting our acts together at our end. And then we're going to be with you guys. So hold strain. We're getting things together. All right? We are getting things together. And we hope you guys are good at your end. Hold straight, everybody. Hold straight. Good to see all of you. Locked and loaded and ready to go. Guys, how is it where you guys are? Oh my Lord, I got all my stuff covering up my notes. That's why I'm darting to the side. I don't want my notes to get covered up. Good to see each and every one of you. Where you guys are picking us up from. I see Claudette Boville Lewis is there. Not Claudette Sig, I'm sorry. Claudette Boville Lewis. Earl Walcott is with us. And Kim Walker. Catherine Braffett or Braithwaite. Sharon Mercurius, Joyce Van Kuchen, Nicola Jackson. Come on down. Good to see you, Nicola Jackson. And again, Dorrit Jackson, Felician, and Rosie Rose, Jeff, and Erwin, Filio Asang. Good to see all of you guys, man. Sandra Facey and Dwayne, welcome. Good to see you guys. Let us know. Let me know where you guys are joining us from. As I said, we are getting things together at our end, and we are still. Let me make sure I have my notes together. This is one of the nights I don't want to be off script at all. Welcome, guys. Whether you're joining us home here in Guyana, whether you're joining us in the diaspora or internationally, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Hope you guys have been following all of the latest. Now the computer isn't coming on. You see? Oh, Father, Bacchanal story. My Surface Pro with my notes isn't coming on now. So I don't know. It's the saboteurs. Guys, we're gonna have to just take it how we have it, and we're gonna move from there. Watching the numbers, guys. Watching the numbers. All right, watching the numbers. Good to see each and every one of you. And we're watching those numbers. How are you guys doing? I see Mary LaFleur is joining us from the beautiful Essequibo. Denise Collision is joining us from New Jersey. Am I pronouncing your surname correctly? Eartha London from Barbados. Sarah Goodrich, who is joining us from the East Bank. How is the traffic there, Sarah? And Albert Wilson Reed joining us from Brooklyn. I see Elizabeth Joe from Toronto. Good to see all of you guys. I see Robin Narayan is joining us from Georgetown. Good to see you, Robin. Good to have you in the house. Sandra Boston as well, joining us from Ottawa, Canada. Good to see all of you. Who else do we have? We have Shondell Wilson from the BVI, the British Virgin Islands, Tortola. Come on down. I see Carlos. Malcolm is joining us from New Jersey, and Erwin, Dawn, Let me see. It's going back. Don Cook from the West Bank. Good to see each and every one of you guys. I'm just getting stuff together while I am here and I have your company. Right? So, guys, share the live stream. Wherever you guys are joining us from, share the live stream. Share the live stream, guys. And let's get to moving. Share the live stream. Wherever you guys are picking us up from, I go in one for dollar here. Kitty Cutter, the way we do it back home. Take my own sweet time. Good to see all of you nonetheless. And let me just make sure that I have everything that I need. Everything that I need for the program. Guys, as you can tell, I am very lighthearted this evening. I am bothered about a damn thing. Good to see each and every one of you nonetheless. All right, my today box is so full. All right, good to see you guys. Are you guys ready for us to go? Ready. All right, I see the trenches are here. The the Nakovakamites come. The Jagabats are here. Friends and foes alike. Good to see all of you guys. We're almost where we need to be, guys. So if you're joining us on Twitter, give us a retweet. Put a comment. Oh my God, our YouTube channel is growing, and I'm very happy about that. Our YouTube channel is growing, and I'm very, very happy about that. And so, again, I'm just getting some stuff set at the back here while I am watching to see how things are at the front end. All right. So, guys, hold strain with us. Allow a couple other folks to come, subscribe on YouTube and so forth, reshare on Facebook and retweet on Twitter, giving you guys an opportunity to get all of that done. And then we're going to be good to go. We are going to be so good to go, bigly, in a big way. We are going to be so good to go. I'm just ensuring I am set here. So when we start, I don't need to be fidgeting around. Good. So that being said, I am kind of halfway to where I need to be. Bear with me. Halfway. All right. And I see June Griffith is with us now, and Gavin Holder, Melville Schultz, Lennox Malcolm, and Angeli Abrams. Who else do we have with us? I have Patricia Asana up in the hizzer. And Pamela, is it Sashiri? I always don't know if I'm pronouncing this name correctly. Pamela Peters and all the other guys who are with us. Good to see each and every one of you. I'm really, really happy that you guys are here. Hope you guys are well shared up. I was trying to get my notes together while you guys were on. So let me see if I can now get to where I need to be in terms of stuff shared. So bear with me a second. Bear with me for a minute, folks. Again, welcome, guys. Welcome. I'm very happy that you guys are here. All right, let me take this up now. Very, very happy that you guys are here. How was the day at your end? How was the day at your end? We trust that you guys have had a good day. And by the time I am finished with this one thing, I am going to be good to go. I'm going to be good to go. So in the meantime, guys, share the live stream and let's get going. I know what you're waiting on. I don't know what you're waiting on. Share and let's keep moving. All right, and I'm almost done the one place I need to share it. I'm almost done the one place I need to share it. Guys, let's get going. I want some more. I agree. I want some more shares. I think I deserve it. I think I deserve it. Some of y'all know what we're coming with this evening. Some of y'all a little nervous. All right, so I'm finished sharing where I need to share. And do I need anything else? Or I'm still waiting for, guys, if you think I'm lying. See? That's my notepad, and it's not coming on for some reason. So I gotta improvise this evening, and I gotta play this by ear. I'm gonna have to improvise and play it by ear. All right. So I hope I'm remembering the notes. I took a run through it before we came on, and I'm hoping that the notes that we put together, I can remember all of it, because I don't know why the um the computer isn't imputing. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to look that after later on. All right, guys. So I'm ready to go with our hot topics, and then we are going to take it from here. Ready to go with the hot topics, and then we're going to take it from here, guys. Naja Seafort and Maureen Midas and Donna Liverpool and St. Romain Adams, all of you guys, welcome. Give us a share this evening. Wendy Ogle and Michelle Fordyce, a good evening to all of you guys, irrespective of where you are joining us from. We are very, very privileged to have you guys in the ring with us. So, guys, give us another share before we get on the way, and we are going to be grateful. We ain't gonna argue with you guys. Give us a share. As you guys are with us. And just in case you guys are on Twitter, I'm going to be putting up my Twitter handles, where you can also follow me on social media. So if you're on Twitter, that's my Instagram handle. So you can search for me on Instagram and add me, guys. And I fight on Twitter too, you know. I fight on Twitter. I'm fighting on Instagram. I'm fighting on YouTube. So wherever you guys are, you can follow. So if you guys are on Instagram, that's my Instagram handle at the bottom there. And I am ready to get going now. I think I am. All right, I think I need to do one more thing. 1 second. Almost there. We almost there, folks. I thought I had it. Right there. So if you guys are on Instagram, that's my Instagram handle, and I'd be so privileged if you guys give us a follow there. Right? I won't argue with you guys. I won't fret. I won't anything. I would just be so happy. So let's get to our hot topics this evening. And why don't we start off with COVID-19? Because it is so pervasive. It is so tremendously pervasive and important that we are all following the COVID-19 guidelines, whether it's to social distance, whether it's to wear your mask, whether it's to sanitize, and all of the other regulations and protocols, whatever you guys call it. It is so important that we are following the COVID-19 guidelines, following the policies as is laid out by the administration, installed, fraudulent, whatever you want to call them, or following the administration's guidance, wherever you guys are. So if you're in the BVI, we hope you guys are following what's happening there. If you're in Canada, in Ottawa, in Ontario, if you're in New York City, wherever you guys are following us up this evening from, we hope that you guys are following all of the COVID protocols where you are. And one of the things we learned over the weekend, we learned that there is a variant of COVID-19 in Guyana, and PAHO has confirmed this, that we have the P1 COVID-19 variant. And we have gotten this from Brazil. We have gotten this P1 COVID-19 variant from Brazil. And so we learned that over the weekend from PAHO. And so there has been a loud clamor for the government to impose, if not a nationwide lockdown, a very focused lockdown, enabling us to pull back from this brink that we're on with COVID-19. And so we are going to be having some more information on you where that is concerned, and some more guidance. But we thought you needed to know that if you were already engaged in all of the precautions, now here's an opportunity for you to be doubly engaged and vigilant, because as PAHO has confirmed, we have the Brazilian P1 COVID-19 variant in Guyana. And so we want you guys to be safe. We want you guys to be healthy. As we always say here, by now you know it by rote if you've been one of our folks joining us night after night. We have always advised that you get all the facts. And then if you believe that the vaccine is right for you, take it. If you don't want to take it, well, you have to deal with whatever comes with that, but we respect your rights nonetheless. Good. And since vaccines are not mandatory, at least not in Guyana, taking your vaccines, even though some businesses are making it seem that way, even though it is not mandatory. Get all the facts, and then you can make an intelligent decision. I took my first dose a couple of weeks back. I think I'm due for the second one somewhere around now. I took the Sputnik. I had some side effects, but I think it outweighs the benefits. To me personally, outweighs those side effects, and so I am pressing forward. Again, we have the P1 COVID-19 variant in Guyana from Brazil, and Paho would have told us that over the weekend. Now, we seem to have a new policy operating as it concerns COVID-19, because here we have the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, the installed Mr. Shudas there, and then we have, these ministers in government, installed illegal guys. We got Colin Cole from the housing sector. We got this other fella at the back here. He does so little, I can't even remember his name. Indar, is it Indar? Deodat Indar. Am I right? Deodat Indar, or I'm mixing him up. No, this is the this is the human resource. This is the who is he? Where he be? And then how could we forget this mischievous one? Huh? How could we forget him? Huh? Dalrymples. So we got this guy who I can't remember at the moment next to Dalrymples, but nobody is wearing masks. And part of Shudas status on Facebook over the weekend was, this is part of the value of taking your vaccine, that you can lose your mask. No, I don't know if this is a new policy that our government is espousing. I want you to see this a little bigger. Let me see if I can help there. I don't know if this is a new policy that our government is espousing, but if you get the vaccine, here is 3 ministers and a half minister, Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, a half speaker, saying to the nation, right, this is a new policy they're espousing over the weekend. If you get your vaccine, you can lose your mask. I didn't see the government speak to that, so it must be a new policy that they were launching over the weekend. But folks, we say this, and stay safe. Stay safe. There is absolutely no harm that we know of that comes to you from wearing your mask. None. None. All right? So again, like the vaccines themselves, get all the information. Find out what is the government policy on wearing masks. These seem to have their own policy that was spawned over the weekend, but we're watching to see where that goes, guys. And in other news, I want you to know that we are continuing to follow what has been happening with the mangrove crisis, the destruction of that whole swat of mangroves in Region 3 between Versailles and Mangroves 2. We're still following this issue, and we learned today that the leader of the opposition, Joseph Harman, has written to over 50 organizations internationally about this unlawful destruction of mangroves. And I know I had some more details in my notes, but I can't get to that right now. I know I had some more details as it concerns that. But 50 countries, 50 organizations, rather, were written to by the leader of the opposition concerning this total destruction of this huge swat of land here in Region 3 between Versailles and Mangroves 2. And this is a very interesting photograph because it shows that without those mangroves, how these houses here are in danger if there's any flooding of being inundated because of their proximity to the river. And just beyond these houses is a whole host of other houses, but these houses are on the front line here. And just to show you what that visual looks like there between Versailles and Mangroves 2 in Region 3. As we get more information on this, we're going to keep you guys up to date. We like to keep you guys, fully briefed as to these national issues and issues of national interest. Guys, I want us to look at the National Assembly because I've been chronicling these tall tales that are coming out of the National Assembly. Some very, very, very tall tales. That is all I can call them. Tall tales coming out of the National Assembly. Now, a couple of weeks back, the Speaker of the National Assembly, remember I told you about the House Speaker earlier on who has a new policy on COVID? Well, the speaker said to the nation a couple of weeks ago, he says, meeting of parliamentary committees suspended after staff members test positive for COVID-19. So they suspended all of the meetings of the committees rather, and they also suspended basically the parliament from meeting, because if the committees can't meet, then the larger body, parliament, should not be meeting, and so practically suspended parliament by the same token. And we've been through this. I told you that the average committee has about 13, 15 persons on it, including parliamentary staff. The cabinet has far more persons than that. And the cabinet of this country, installed as they are still meeting in person. So I didn't buy that. It sounded ludicrous. It sounded far-fetched. It sounded as though something untoward was up. And so I continued to follow that. A couple of weeks later, the question was put to the speaker again. Why isn't Parliament meeting? Why isn't the committees convening? And here the speaker says, and we pick this up out of Newsroom, spiraling costs of online infrastructure delays the meeting of parliamentary committees. So he says, you can't meet online because it's so expensive. Now, folks, I have Zoom, right? I got Zoom. I am wealthy, like Parliament, and like some of the members of Parliament, right? On the government side, the installed government side, right? My rubber hitting the road. As a matter of fact, the rubber and the road are no longer distinguishable. They are fused together in one. So the rubber and the road are one. Spiraling costs. Now, Zoom is about 14 US. Let's say 15 US a month. Right? And this is Zoom that you can have about 100 participants. Now we got 65 members of parliament. Now, sir, my math might be off 1 or 2 times. I might be off tonight. Is it 65 and a half, 64 and a half? Somewhere there about. That's 65. Right? And the speaker is saying that online costs delays meeting. It gets better, folks. Stay with me. Stay with me. It gets better. This is what he said today. In today's papers, we see this. Unvaccinated parliament staff delaying holding of committee meetings. Unvaccinated parliament staff. Unvaccinated parliament staff delaying holding of committee meetings. Folks, I don't know if y'all know when somebody trying to make y'all something, or when somebody coming around y'all funny, right? But this is it here. This is it here. Right? Somebody trying to make me something. Unvaccinated parliament staff delaying holding of committee meetings. Right? So for all intents and purposes, Parliament has been prorogued. For all intents and purposes, Parliament has been prorogued. This is what the speaker said last year. In his words, last year, this is what the speaker said. Parliamentary business won't be impeded by administrative delays. Last year, November, I think it was. He said the government had a big agenda. They were ready to get going. They had a lot of bills they wanted to put on the floor and get debated and get through for the benefit of Guyanese. Parliamentary business won't be impeded by administrative delays. Well, unless I don't know an administrative delay when I see one, unvaccinated parliamentary staff might count as one. Might count as one. But folks, we are watching this and we're going to bring you more information. We're going to have some more information for you on that. We're keeping our eyes on what's happening with this speaker, and we're going to have some more information for you. But I don't know where you guys were over the weekend. But if nothing else is an example that the PPP come back, right? A biting incident over the weekend is a real example. a biting incident over the weekend. You all catch that? Huh? You all catch that? So tonight we want to look at that. We want to look a little bit on that. Right? Keeping up with the Dalrymples. Keeping up with the Dalrymples. And I want you guys to bear with us because we want to show you that video. And then we're going to walk you through some other run-ins that we have had with the Dalrymples. Alleged. Some other run-ins we have had. So bear with us where that is concerned, guys. And we want to bring that video to you. I know it has been a buzz on social media all weekend. Let me make sure that I have my earpiece so we don't have any feedback. All right? I want to bring that to you, and then we're going to take it from there. The language is a bit hot, and I hope you guys get a chance. Are you guys hearing? All right, let me make sure that we have the audio good, and then we're going to come back. Guys, let me make sure that we have the audio good, and then we're going to come back because I want to walk us through several episodes, right? And demonstrate to you how we have the same old PPP. Same old PPP. So let me make sure that we have the audio right, and then we're going to have that. Let me just make sure my audio is good at my end, and then we're going to take it. Yeah, a lot of folks are asking about songs. So let me make sure that we have it right, and then we're gonna see if we can bring that to you guys again. Let me just double check that. It's all kind of stuff happening at the back end. Let me just double check that for you guys and see if we can see if there's a way for us to cure it. All right, let's check that again, ensuring that we have good song for you guys. All right, let me double check that. Again, I warn you guys, as you guys know by now, the language in this video is very, very heavy. All right, so let me see if we have that now. No, I don't know what's happening, but bear with me, we're gonna get it right. Something is off at my end here, and I'm gonna ensure that we get it right, guys. I'm gonna ensure that we get that right. All right. We are gonna have that for you in just a minute. All right, so we are going to follow that. And then, as I said, I want to give you guys some other incident where we have had this family very, very, very public in so many instances, which gives you a sense of some of the way the PPP operates. I don't know how else I can put it, but just gives you a sense of how they're operating in that context. And again, I am trying to get the audio right for you. And as soon as I can do that, we're going to have that video back. So let's look at that. I'm watching the volume here again, making sure. I don't know. Sometimes it just does what it wants to do. It just does what it wants to do. All right. So I think let me double check that now and see if we're any better. I know some of y'all waiting because y'all like the bacchanal. Y'all fast. Y'all are just fast. Guys, we're going to try to rectify that. Apologies there. And we're going to have that for you in 1 minute. We're working on it at our end. Working on it. Yes, sir, you're fast. All right, so we're working on that. And then we're going to have that for you. So bear with us, folks. I really want to walk you through that and come back. So bear with me for a second. I think I have a colleague who's going to be joining me, and then we're going to try to get that set up properly for you. All right. So I wanted to walk through some of what we know. That one of the ladies who are appearing in this video is the First Lady's secretary. Yep, it's the First Lady's secretary. And I don't know if I think Randy is set to come on, right? I think Randy is set to come up to join me. Let me see if he's ready. Yeah. So we know that one of the young ladies appearing in this video is the First Lady's secretary. That is the information that is in the public domain, and it is either the same person or another family member who is also involved with the cash grant, right? With the cash grant, and these are PPP operatives. You know what is interesting that I saw while we try to get the video right, the audio right. I saw some comments that suggest that these were APNU, AFC, PNC hooligans and thugs. Those were some of the initial comments that we saw. And let me see if we have the video right. Guys, stick around. Don't go anywhere. We are working to get this audio sorted out. Working to get the audio sorted out. So bear with us. We're working to get the audio right. Yeah. So let me share back this screen with you and to tell you what Kaitro News told us over the weekend. So from a Kaitro News report, we learned that this incident would have happened at the intersection of Good Fortune and Lagrange Old Road. Good Fortune and Lagrange Old Road. And according to Kaitro News, a vehicle driven by an unknown male and occupied by passengers, including a mother and sister, were exiting Good Fortune Village, heading to the Harbor Bridge when it was stopped by a police officer. Right? And according to Kaitro News, according to the video, the driver of the vehicle was about to be detained by the sergeant when an argument ensued. The driver was being held by his pants and was being told that he needs to be arrested. The man refused to cooperate with the officers and could be heard telling the officer, "Loose me, loose me." And guys, you know all the rest from there. Right? Folks, do we have the audio right? You guys know the rest from there. All hell broke loose. And one of these young women ended up biting one of these guys, right? Ended up biting one of these guys. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? And we're trying to get that queued up. Let me see if we have it right now. We are really, really hard pressed as to why, as to why we are not getting that audio. Oh, that's a primus would say it's so I like mind people business. It's so I like mind people business. All these various things happen. It's so. All right, let me see if we have that now for you. I don't know. I'm at my wit's end. I'm at my wit's end. All right, I'm not going to bring it up because I'm actually playing it behind the scenes, and we're still not getting the audio here. So we're going to have to do it all that for a minute or so. And let me see if we have our guests now. It's only on these important nights all manner of things is be happening. Guys, bear with us. Bear with us. I'm seeing if we have the guests in the studio. And all right. So there is that. Bear with us, guys. We want to mind the folks' business so bad. But we wanted to show you, let me just give you the thought process. From here, we wanted to show you some of what would have transpired at an incident at St. Agnes Primary School, also involving a member of this family last year, January, and also some of what would have transpired um, on Lane Avenue during the election campaign, which also it is alleged the family would have had some fingers in that there as well. And we wanted to give you a good sense of where this matter is, because it is now what? It is now 2 days later, 3 days later, and we have not heard a word from the police. These are folks who work for the First Lady's office, who and by extension works for the government of Guyana, and yet we have not seen any statement coming out of the authorities concerning this matter. So whether they are going to duck it or what have you remains to be seen. But again, we are going to be keeping you guys very much updated as to where these matters go. And let me see whether we have our guests now and whether these guys are ready. Right? Bear with us. Randy should be joining me, and I have to keep checking. So much happening at the back end. Right? So much happening at the back. And I see somebody saying, Sandra Granger never had a pit bull. Sandra Granger never had a pit bull. I see that as a comment on the string here. And guys, you can deduce from it what you want to. Let me see if I can maybe pull the video from Facebook and show it from that end. But I really wanted to give you guys a sense of what this matter entails. So let me see if I can do it from that angle. Let me see if I can pull it from the Facebook end. and show it. I have that. I have that. Let me see if I can do it from that angle and bypass what's happening, the challenge we have here with the audio. So let me see if I can do it from this side. Again, apologies for the language once the audio comes through. My apology for the language. Let me see if I can pull the stream from the one we published on Facebook over the weekend. Let me see if I can pull that one and I'll share it with you. So bear with us. Let's see if that will suffice. And then we take it from there. All right. All right. That's not going to help us. Unfortunately, that's not going to help us. Whatever's the audio problem, it's deeper than that. So guys, bear with us, and I'm really trying to get this started out at the back end here for you. And you guys know we don't run the show in this manner. So my apologies. My apologies. Let's see if I can change where we get the audio from. Yeah. Let me bring it up now. I think we have it solved. I think we have it better. So there is that occurred over the weekend. That happened over the weekend, and we want to give you guys some of what would have transpired, as we said last year. So bear with me. I'll be going in. Kitty Catcher at this end. Bear with me. I want to share with you what would have transpired last year. All right. So bear with us there. We're going to get that one up for you. What exactly transpired last year? And if you guys are joining us, I'm on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, and we just be good, 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 and then we touch something and everything gone haywire. I want to share some of what would have transpired last year, and again, this involves another member of this family. All right, I'm going to have that for you. All right. So here is that bit in a second, and it's coming up. Yeah. So, guys, that incident there also involved a member of that family, and we. What else can we say? We're just bringing the information to you as we have it. But that incident we learned because we had an opportunity to talk to the police, trying to do some more in-depth investigation. We learned it's still on the police investigation, and those persons are still attending court, believe it or not. But one of the Dalrymple brothers, I think, is allegedly integrally involved in that matter, and I think it was the Rasta guy who was seen on video there. So again, as I said, we are still monitoring that incident. But as you know, during the election campaign, there was a lot of noise in uh, Lane Avenue, right? Making sure we have that queued up. Lane Avenue, where PPP operatives were chased out of Lane Avenue. And we have learned that, again, the Dalrymples would have featured here prominently as well. Take a listen. So we would have learned, allegedly, that the Dalrymples were in that vehicle there that was being chased out of Lane Avenue. But these are the PPP. Don't forget, the PPP. Don't forget. So we were made to understand that when the COVID cash grant was sharing out in that area quite recently, it was revenge time, and that instructions were received who must get cash grant, because that was the same area where they were chased out of. And people were instructed that some of these folks in this area should not get the COVID cash grant. And so I want to give you some of that, right? Because people memory long. Give you some of that. It gets interesting, folks. Yep, there you have it, folks. There you have it, folks. That was revenge time. That was revenge time. Because people get run out of Lane Avenue. You can decide who you giving the COVID cash grant to and who won't get in. Well, there was an investigation launch, an audit launch into the COVID cash grant, and we're still watching and waiting to see what transpired where that is concerned. Folks, my apology that the program was so disjointed in getting those videos up for you. So many challenges at the back end here this evening. We try to get things right for you guys each and every night. So our unreserved apology for the very scanty way that was handled this evening. We're going to see you guys right back here tomorrow. We encourage you guys to wear your mask, to sanitize, to social distance, and practice all of the other protocols and all of the other COVID measures that are in place for our health and our safety. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to see you guys right back here tomorrow evening. Thanks for joining.